we are going to be continuing on today with our driving question from last week, which is, Eric, what is our driving question in red at the top?
What happens to matter in an ecosystem?
Yes, and in one word, what happens to matter in an ecosystem? Or you can say it, everybody, what's the word?
It decomposes.
If you didn't say it now. It decomposes.
It decomposes.
Yes. So, what we are going to be doing first is using our observation skills that we've been working on in order to gather data and evidence to see the changes that have been made or the changes that have occurred in the experiment that had to do with the fruit and the cheese in the bag, the cottage cheese, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to revisit that. So,
There you go. Present lesson.
what?
Present lesson. The big green button. There you go. And I think we turned the volume all the way down because of that other lesson. So you'll want to increase this.
Welcome back, Park Rangers. I think we're ready to answer the driving question, what happens to matter in an ecosystem? Do you remember when we set up a decomposition experiment in the Twig Science Lab? Well, it's been a while, so let's go back to the lab and see how different materials in the bags have decomposed. As you watch the Twig Science Lab video, write down what you observe in the decomposition observations chart. And hold your nose, because I think things might get stinky.
Go into the lab.
Going to see what occurred.
It's been 1 week since we set up our decomposition experiment. Are you ready to take a look? Each bag contains different decomposing contents inside. Luckily, all we need to do is observe them, so we don't need to open them up, and hopefully we'll be saved from any yucky smells. But
And while we are watching this, if you want to just take note of what you do see, and those can just be, you know, one word, a few words just by themselves. It doesn't have to be a full sentence. So if you see it change color, if it molds, if it starts to decompose, just short answers. But it might be easier to do it as you watch. Just
Hold for just
before
a
we
moment.
begin, here's some.
Let's also stay away from just writing yuck. All right? If you think it looks yucky, what is it about it that makes it look yucky? Try to be at least a little detailed, okay? Because usually there's some reason we went yuck. Okay? Cool.
and some of them there are multiple with the same
Important
things,
messages.
you know, present.
When dealing with
same
rotten
observation.
food or waste matter, always remember to wear gloves, like these. Never touch your face or your mouth, and don't eat anything rotten, stinking, or moldy. Dispose of your waste carefully by placing it in a bag, and always, always, always wash your hands with soap and water after handling waste matter. Let's observe changes to bag 1, the fruit. What can you observe? Parts of the fruit look a little mushy, and I can also see something living on it. Do you see those green, white spots?
What is that?
That's a living thing
Bacteria.
called mold. Mold is a type of
That's a type.
microorganism that helps to break down matter that was once living, just like this fruit. They use the matter and energy stored in the fruit to grow more and more mold. Bacteria is another type of microorganism that helps to break down waste and dead matter. Bag 2, the fruit and the soil. What do you observe? Just like bag 1, there's mold on the fruit. But is there more mold than the first the soil breaks down the fruit even more. Bag 3, just the cottage cheese. It feels a little firm. The color's changed to look a little yellow, and there's definitely some mold there. Oh, you do not want to open this bag. Ugh. Bag 4, the cottage cheese and the soil. What can you see? That's right, it's firmer, and it looks much dirtier because the soil is all mixed in. Ugh. But it looks like there's more mold in here. So, just like the soil mixed with the fruit in bag 2, the soil decomposes the cottage cheese much quicker. Whew. Bag 5, soil and water. Any thoughts about what we see here? That's right. There doesn't seem to be any change in the color, and there's no sign of any mold or decomposition. Let's record our decomposition observations and draw some conclusions. So in which bags can we see the most decomposition? Well, the fruit in bag 2 and the cottage cheese in bag 4 showed the most mold. And that means they've decomposed the most. We can conclude that soil helps waste matter from living things break down faster. And this is because in a healthy ecosystem, soil contains lots of microorganisms, like fungi and bacteria. And these help to break down the waste and dead matter left behind by plants and animals. Bag 5 showed no signs of decomposition. And that's because water is not a living thing, so it can't be broken down by microorganisms. Well, the experiment is finished. So all that's left to do is dispose of these bags carefully. We do not want them opening up. Oh, that was close. Oh.
Why do you think it's important for the bags to not open and throw them away?
Because if you open them, it might either like smell bad or like.
Mark, did you want to add to that? True.
They might smell bad and probably some of the bacteria might come out of the bag.
Yeah, and if bacteria comes out of the bag and is now in an environment that it's not normally in, what could happen? Aaron?
You get sick.
You could get sick. Yeah, and do you think the transfer of matter and energy would still be able to flow the same way, or there might be some things that stop that? So, other than the smell and such, keeping those bags sealed makes it certain that there will not be different matter getting mixed into an environment that might ruin it. Like sometimes, sorry, that was a weird wording, but sometimes different plants or bugs can hop on board a cargo ship that travels from a different country, and then that species can take over an environment, like these big wasps that are all over the East Coast. I don't know what they are. This one named Kata, not named Kata, it's named Oakley. Anyway, they can ruin an ecosystem.
Do we need to go to her or not?
No.
I think we're gonna stop
Yes.
after that second piece, right? We wanna make sure that they have an opportunity to talk to each other here.
Yes.
And then I think page 107 is where, yeah, we're gonna reflect.
Let's take a minute to turn with our partners and share your observations. Remember, those can just be adjective words to describe.
I'm gonna have you talk to Willie again, even though there's an extra person here. So he has someone to talk to. Sebastian, you're talking with Genesis. Okay? Thank you.
Like what I asked, they're not.
No, number 4. Lots of mold. Lots of mold. Lots of
Okay, let's see what we observed. For bag 1. Mark, do you want to share your observation? Yeah, just moldy. Anyone add anything to that?
And number 2.
Amy?
It was
Changing color? Yeah.
rotting.
It was rotting. Very good. And a word that was used by the textbook was slimy. So, but I don't know if we were able to see that on video, but it said slimy. For bag 2, Charlie? Yeah, it looks dirty and like there was a lot of mold. Was there more mold present than the first time? In bag 2? Okay, bag 3. What do you guys observe?
We observed that it's mushy, moldy, yucky, and kind of looks slimy.
Looks slimy, moldy, yes. We're gonna do bag 4. Okay.
It was like bacteria and it was milky.
And what kind of what is the living or what type of decomposing? Yes. Okay, and bag number 5. What did we see? Mhm.
I noticed that the water and the dirt is stay the same.
Okay. Yes, those are all very true. Now, so what happened overall, we see, do you guys notice that the bags that had cheese or mold seem to be decomposing a little faster? Or it looks like it maybe? Yeah. So what happened to the fruit and cheese in the bags with soil? It can be the same words that we just said. They started to, and things begin to decompose as they, starts with an R. As things become rotten, as things start to rot and such, they get gross and start attracting, or start to decompose and break down. And number 2. Okay, so if you guys look on page 108, the next page, there are some questions that have to do with the observations that you have made. Okay, so you guys look on page 108. I want you to, we're going to, let's see what's happening. Okay, you are going to be turning to your partners and answering question 2. You do not need to completely restate the entire question. Do not rewrite the question, just answer. So number 2 is, what happened to the fruit and cheese in the bags without soil? So talk with your partner and then write your answer to number 2. You can look at your observations to answer them.
Maggots from your whatever products you used in your hair. Definitely something to bring in. So they're not going to don't pick out.
So that has and it got moldy. Yeah, exactly. So you can pull these answers straight from your observations, right? And you guys are done? What is your answer? If you guys need help with it, let's tune into Zoe and Mark, see what they said. So, what happened to the fruit and the cheese in the bags without soil?
They started to get moldy, but not as bad as the other bags that had soil.
Yeah, exactly. That was very good. The answer the book gave was they also got slimy, but not as slimy as the bags with soil. So you guys basically gave the same answer. Very good. Okay, and now we are and let's answer this one as a class. What might be causing these changes that we observed? Yes.
I think that the thing that's causing the fruit to decompose is the cheese to decompose is bacteria.
Exactly, yes. Bacteria is definitely what is causing it to begin to change. And can you see bacteria?
No.
So we're seeing the changes that the bacteria causes, but not the actual bacteria, right? Okay.
You have a quizzical look on your face.
Yeah, because you can see mold and some type of bacteria. So.
There you go. But if I touch you with my fingers, can you see the bacteria that I've transferred from myself to you? Not initially, but over time, if just left, like you never washed your face or something, we might see something occur afterwards, right? So the bacteria, we'll see what the bacteria causes, but initially we can't see the bacterial transfer, right? So does that answer your question? And it does grow into a mold or a fungus as a result, right? There you go.
There are two different types of decomposers. So bacteria is a true decomposer, which is breaking down that matter. And those types of, so a decomposer just, how about I say the other one first? Okay. Because I feel like then I'm just stating. So there's something called a detritivore, and that is a type of decomposer that eats remains of dead plants and animals. Those are the ones you can see, like earthworms, snails, maggots. Decomposers that you cannot see are just called decomposers, and they do not have mouths, and they are in the form of bacteria, fungi, and it's a chemical breakdown rather than digestion.
So the detritivore is your little bugs that we think of that eat things. Maggots are my least favorite of the bunch. They're ugly, they smell, and you know they're at work before you even see them. You can smell them before you can see them, right? So you can see them, they have mouths, and they're eating it. They're part of that decomposing process. Bacteria we can't see. We can eventually smell it, can't we? The bacteria, the fungus, or mold that's caused it, it will have a smell. Like the books that Mrs. Moronis was sharing with us the other day that got wet. When they initially get wet, it's not so bad, but when left to sit there and wet in the moisture, when she did this with the book, in the air, you could smell the mold in the air, couldn't you?
No.
It just has a smell to it. But that didn't have a mouth, not like our maggot. So decomposer or detritivore?
Detritivore.
Okay. Mold is a decomposer. Maggot is a detritivore. They're both decomposers under a bigger umbrella, right?
Yeah.
When we first started doing this lesson, I got like half a watermelon and then I put it outside. Then today I went outside to check it and then like around it was like all white.
Okay, yeah. Could be a mold that started there.